Welcome to the Rosny College Electronics series of videos. Today we'll be looking at how to calculate voltage, current and resistance in a given circuit. Here is an example of a circuit with a 1K resistor, and this meter is indicating there is 2 milliamps current flowing through the 1K resistor from the input voltage. And the voltage meter has question marks next to it indicating we are to determine the voltage across that resistor given the current and resistance. So for this we need to use Ohm's law. So Ohm's law states that V equals I times R. In this circuit we're given the values of R and I. So R equals 1K ohms, this equals 1000 ohms. I equals 2 milliamps, which equals 0.002 amps. Substituting I and R into my equation, I get V equals 1000 times 0.002, which is equal to 1000 times 0.002 is 2 volts. Another example. The input voltage across the resistor, which is unknown. We have 470 ohm resistor with 10 milliamps of current. So again, V equals I times R. If I equals, or R equals 470, I equals 10 milliamps equals 0.010 amps. Sorry, that should be that. Then substituting to my equation, V equals 470 times 0.010. So V is equal to, calculator, 470 times 0.010, 4.7 ohms, so 4.7 volts. I have another example here where in this case I'm given the resistance and the voltage across the resistor, and I'm now to calculate the current flowing through it. So again, V equals I times R. In this case, I have V equals 3 volts, R equals 2.2K equals 2200. So I'll need to transpose my equation to make it I equals, if I divide both sides by R, I get I on its own. So V divided by R equals 3 divided by 2200 equals 3 divided by 2200 equals, so that's 1.36 by 10 to the minus 3 amps. And if you remember, 10 to the minus 3 is milli, so it equals 1.36 milliamps. Another example. I have an input voltage of 5 volts. So V equals 5 volts. R equals 10 ohms. Very low resistance. We need to calculate the current flowing through. So I equals V over R equals 5 over 10 equals 0.5 amps. And here we have slightly different arrangement. We have a known voltage and a known current, but an unknown resistance. So again, you're going to use V equals I times R, Ohm's law, where V equals 5 volts, I equals 200 milliamps, which is equal to 0.200 amps. And I'll need to transpose my equation here to get R equals. So if I divide both sides by I get R on this side. So R equals V divided by I equals 5 divided by 0.200 equals 25. So we're getting 25 ohms resistance. Another example. Again, we don't know the resistance. V equals 9 volts. I equals 20 milliamps equals 0.020 amps. And again, R equals V divided by I equals 9 divided by 0.020 equals 450 ohms.